Losing someone you love feels like a wound that will never close. The silence they leave behind becomes deafening, and even the smallest memories, like a laugh, a favorite song, or the way they said your name, can suddenly break your heart all over again. Grief is not something that fades quickly, nor is it something that can be neatly explained. It's messy, unpredictable, and deeply human. But through all the pain, there's something powerful God wants you to know. You are not alone, and this pain will not be wasted. In loving memory of my friend, I hold on to the hope that one day I'll see you again in heaven. Until then, I'll walk through this valley with faith, trusting that God is walking with me. The Bible reminds us that even in moments of unbearable sorrow, God's presence never leaves. In Job 2, verse 13, Job's friends sat with him for 7 days and 7 nights in silence, because they saw that his grief was very great. They didn't try to fix him or speak words that might make things worse. They simply stayed. Sometimes the most biblical thing you can do in grief is to stop forcing yourself to heal and just be still. You don't need to pretend that you're okay or rush to find meaning. Healing takes time, and sometimes sitting in silence before God is the most honest prayer you can offer. If you're grieving, remember this. You don't have to perform your pain, and you don't have to suppress it. God sees every tear, even the ones you cry quietly when no one is around. Jesus himself knew what it meant to grieve. He wept over Lazarus, and he understands the crushing weight of loss. And so, as the days pass and the seasons change, I'm learning what it means to live with both grief and hope intertwined, two companions walking side by side. There are mornings when I wake up and forget for a brief second that you're gone, and then the weight of it hits me all over again. But even in that heaviness, I've found small reminders of God's mercy. The way the sunlight filters through the window, the laughter of someone I just met, or a verse that feels written directly to my heart. It's as if God whispers, "I'm still here. You're still mine." Losing you didn't just break my heart. It also opened it. It opened it to understanding others and their pain, to being present when someone else is grieving, and to realizing how fragile and precious every breath really is. I used to think faith meant being strong, holding it all together, but now I see that true faith is trusting God when everything is falling apart. There are days when the memories feel too sharp, when I question why things had to end this way. In those moments, I look to the story of Jesus in Gethsemane. Even the Son of God wept and prayed in anguish, saying, "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done." That prayer has become my lifeline, because it reminds me that surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that even this pain has a purpose. Every time I pray those words, I feel a quiet peace, like the storm inside me pauses long enough for me to breathe again. That's the mystery of faith. It doesn't erase the grief, but it gives it meaning. Sometimes I imagine what it must be like in heaven, and I smile. I imagine you there, whole, joyful, free from the pain that ever touched this world. I imagine you laughing again, surrounded by light, so pure it feels like music. Maybe you've already met the heroes of faith, Job, Paul, Mary, Peter. Maybe you've even told them your story. And maybe every now and then, you look down and see me here, still fighting, still believing, still holding on to the promise that love never dies. I find comfort in knowing that the same God who holds you in eternity is also holding me now. Heaven doesn't feel so far away when I remember that.